Hey, everybody, what's going on? It's the one and only Blaketos84. It's been some time since I've put any new content up on my channel. Been playing a little bit here and there. I had family in town the other week, so didn't get the opportunity to get out and grind the way I wanted to. And that's fine. I honestly haven't really missed anything. We're still waiting on the summer update. Which looks like it might be a fall update by the time it actually comes around. So, a couple things I wanted to go over about the upcoming update is the gameplay that it's going to provide. The new update, you're going to be able to be a bounty hunter. You're going to be able to be a collector to go after exotic items and treasures and stuff like that, or you're going to be able to set up a shop inside your camp as like a trader. So there's a lot of interesting elements to that, as in if you're, a bounty hunter, kind of like in story mode, you're probably going to be able to purchase dogs to help you on the hunt, and, you're going to be hunting NPCs, or you're going to be going after other players. How's it going to work if you're the player that the bounty hunters are after? Can you just lobby skip? Can you just say, screw it, I'm going to sign off before I get killed? So there's a lot of the questions that I have that I haven't really been able to get a lot of information off of anybody as to what that's supposed to be. I just know it's supposed to come. So that's going to be pretty exciting. I would imagine that you can't just get mad and turn off your game and your character will disappear, or if there's a middle of a hunt that you can just sign off or skip lobbies, but you never know. So for a while, in anticipation of this update, I was just trying to get all my ability cards maxed out, just because I was kind of bored, didn't have a whole lot to do. Now that the update is nearing, and I think it's going to be coming before the end of August. I mean, I guess it has to if it's a summer update. I've been out here grinding in the swamp or out in Showdown, just trying to get as much money as I can. Probably 2.5 weeks ago, and again, I didn't really play at all this past week. Maybe 4 hours in the past 8 days prior to today. Maybe last night I played a couple hours too, but overall I just haven't been on, and I've been able to grind by being in the swamp or being in Showdown, and I've made a little bit over $2,500. I did have a couple treasure maps I was able to cash in on that I was sitting on. There were some other things I've done to make some money. But I'm out here, and I really want to kind of get ready for this big update. I think it's going to be really cool. We've been waiting so long. I don't think it's going to be a little tiny update like the spring one where, everybody got through those missions in a couple days or a night or two, depending on how much you play. So what I want to do, one of my friends, he's a bounty hunter. He's going to be a bounty hunter. My apologies. I want to set up a shop. I want to set up a store. Since I spend a lot of my time making money hunting, I figure I might as well just set up a shop, and then maybe I could just sell the stuff to my shop. The problem is I haven't really made any upgrades to my camp since I played. I know I created a large camp for my posse, but aside from that, I really haven't messed with any of the modifications of the camp, and I just have a feeling that when this update comes, there's going to be a little bit of money that needs to be spent to get this stuff. So let's say you're a bounty hunter. Maybe you need to hire some lawmen to go with you. Maybe you need to buy some dogs. Kind of like with the horses, maybe there's horse insurance on the dog. Insurance on the dog, so that if the people you're tracking kill your dogs, you could get them to respawn after a couple minutes. And I can't imagine the dogs are going to be cheap. The horses haven't been cheap, so that's just kind of something that I think is going to happen, and I'd like to be prepared for it. So my buddy that is going to be the bounty hunter, he's he's got over $20,000 in gameplay. He's one of those Showdown guys. Making money is just what he does. So we're kind of talking about this, and he said, well, you got to understand, if me and you are playing together and you're in my posse, what's mine is yours. He's like, you're not going to need your own dogs, you're not going to need this and that, because you could just join my posse and we could run from there. And I said, well, that's kind of cool, so that's why I decided I'm going to just be a trader. set up a thing in my camp, because this is where I spend most of my time in free roam anyways, right here outside of Saint Denis. So I want to try to have, I wanted to have $3,000 by the time the update came, but it's looking like I think I can try to push it and get $5,000 by the time the update comes. So I think if I play a few hours tonight, I'll have close to $3,000 if I just come out here and grind. Now, as far as the collector would go, well, to finish off on the trader, I don't know if you're going to have to, how that's going to work. Are NPCs going to come and buy stuff off you, or are you going to have to sell it to live players? There's going to be a mixture of both. I'm not sure how all that's going to work. I imagine you have to be online in order for it to work. But again, I just haven't seen any content online that's going to lead me one way or the other as to knowing. And that's kind of the frustration that I have with it, is how tight-lipped everything is. So let's move on to the collector, or the explorer, whatever it is, where you're going to look for rare artifacts and deeds like that. That's going to be really cool. I'm not sure how much money you're going to have to put into that. But man, that would be fun if you're just out in the middle of a cave somewhere, or out on the far west of the map, or up in the Amberinos or whatever, trying to find that stuff. But I think it's set up where you can have a little bit of everything. It's not going to be where if you're a bounty hunter, you can't get involved in other stuff. But I just hope this update comes. I hope we get some of these carts and these wagons and some of the other things that we've been promised over the years. So, well, I guess over the past 6 to 9 months. As for some of us have been playing for a while, we've been promised the world by Rockstar, and we've been given breadcrumbs. I know a lot of people came from GTA, and they said GTA Online started off slow the same way. You got to give Rockstar time. That's fine. I'm not disputing that. But when you tell me you're going to put an update that's going to include war wagons, carts for passengers, and carts for hunting, and then you don't do anything close, that's where the frustration comes in. And then the lack of gaming content has caused a major problem with the griefing system. And then they nerfed a lot of the weapons and the ability cards, from the varmint gun to the ability card of slow and steady. Not to mention they nerfed some of the things with fishing, where you can't draw fish by throwing a dead animal in the water, which is not really much of a glitch in my opinion. But according to Rockstar, it definitely was. And then they even did stuff as nerf some of the prices you get for hunting. You don't get as much for a deer or any of the other animals, that you're used to. And they said that was something that was an issue, an error on theirs to begin with, and that's fine. But I'm really expecting this update to come soon. And as you can see, that's why I'm definitely out here trying to put in some work and get some of this money and get some of this cheese out here, guys. So you watch some of these videos, other videos on YouTube, you're not seeing a lot of viewers. You're not seeing a lot of people watching them like some of the older ones did when they came out. And I think that's because so many people have just been turned off by the lack of updates and, honestly, progress that the game has made, which is fine. That's, it's going to happen. But I just have a crazy feeling that once this update drops, everybody's going to be like, yo, did you see that? You could do this and you could do that. Because I know when the bank job was put on for online, where you and your friends or random people could go and rob that bank at Saint Denis, man, if that's just a glimpse into the future, that's going to be really cool, because that was a lot of fun. Hopefully, the difficulties can increase, because they're kind of easy when you rank up after a while, but that's ideally the future to come. It's just a matter of when. So I just wanted to kind of go over this a little bit. Since I haven't posted a whole lot, I wanted to give everybody my thoughts on it. And like I said, I've got almost $2,700 right now. I'll be over $2,700 by the time that I get to the butcher and get done selling stuff. Now I think I want to have $5 or $6 grand ready. I just have a feeling everything's going to be costly. So you can see I've got 41 gold. I've been doing showdowns when I'm not out here hunting. You know, the showdowns don't pay off in a lot of cash, but that gold accrues after a while. It builds up pretty quick. So whatever you're not going to be able to buy with the cash that you don't have, if you hold on to your gold, you might be able to get it. So I would advise everybody, if, you know, as boring as it sounds, get out here and fish, get out here and grind, get in showdown. You know, from playing the larges, or largies as we always call them, you know, you see a lot of the people that were there in the early months are still there. How they could play tall trees for 6 months, 9 months, 10 months straight, almost a year straight, I don't know, because they got rid of the team shootout in Saint Denis. But those guys are still out there, and I mean, I can't imagine how much money they would have in gameplay, you know, after all this time of just only doing showdown. But maybe they'll add new showdown features, new maps on showdown. I mean, that would be really cool. So the sky's really the limit as to what we're going to see out here, and you know, like everybody says, just hold on a little bit longer, and we'll see what happens. But you know, let's say that this update isn't everything that it's supposed to be. I think that's going to be the line a lot of people are just going to have to walk away from permanently. I just can't say that if they put out a crappy update for the summer update that's so hyped and revered, and when you go to Rockstar's website or the social media platforms for Rockstar, or Red Dead on Instagram or Facebook, they're saying coming soon, it's coming, you know, hang tight, it's coming. Well, it was supposed to come this summer, you know, and the summer's almost over. It's getting dark earlier, the weather's starting to change in a lot of parts. So let's just hope that it is what it's supposed to be, and it comes soon. But guys, get ready. I want to see everybody out on the trail. I could just imagine everybody coming back that's been kind of pushed away from all this. So this is Blaketos84. I just wanted to kind of go over a little bit of the upcoming summer update, my thoughts on it. And man, like I said, I'm real excited. I'm glad to be back out here and making some money, because you know, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to really try to get this camp set up and make some money out here. So again, it's Blaketos84. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the page if you're interested, and I'll see you out here on the trail, guys.